Well, good morning, guys. Welcome back to the Bear Facts. We've got a really interesting, extraordinary person today. She's not in Australia, she's in Chile. She's in Santiago in Chile. And her name is Barbara Hernandez. She's a two-time world record holder for cold water swimming. She is also a psychologist, and she is also a promoter of preserving our wilderness and saving our wilderness, particularly down in Antarctica. She's also known as the Chilean Ice Mermaid, and we will find out why. Barbara, thank you so much for joining the Bear Facts this morning.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm so happy talking with you, of course, and I say hi for everyone.
Well, we at the Bear Facts community, we're really happy to have you this morning, and we're going to learn all about you, and we're really, really excited also to help promote the causes that you were behind in some of the swimming that you do, because it's just fantastic.
Oh, thank you so much for that, because I think for all the open water swimmers, the most important thing is, of course, the ocean, the rivers, the lakes, the natural places where we swim.
Yeah. Barbara, where did you grow up? Because you didn't grow up near the water, did you?
No, my family is from the city in Santiago. Santiago is the capital. I think it's maybe the only city, maybe in Chile we have two cities without sea. That is very rare, because I really love the sea, the lakes. And I think it's because my family is a working class family, and I'm the only child. With a lot of effort, my parents paid for my swimming lessons when I was just 7 years old, a long time ago.
And is that where that's where the passion came in?
Yes, I think it's that, and also because when we were in that place in the ocean with my father, we stayed all the time in the ocean. And our ocean in Chile is very cold. Even in summer, we have just in the north, maybe we have 16 Celsius degrees, and in the south, just 14. And in winter, we can have maybe 10 Celsius degrees, and in Patagonia, 5 Celsius degrees. It's very frozen waters, yes.
Wow. So when did you become interested in cold water swimming, like really, really cold water swimming?
I think was in the 8 years ago, when when an invitation, the regular invitation for swimming in Argentina in the Perito Moreno Glacier. And after that swim, I get the idea for swimming Chile in our glaciers. We have a lot of glacier and cold waters and frozen lakes in the mountains. For example, Portillo or Lagoon, the Inca Lagoon place. It's a very beautiful place in the middle of the Andes mountains, just at 2 hours from Santiago, for the capital. And we have a lot of glacier in the south, and in that moment I really love this kind of swim without neoprene, without any grace or protect for the skin or for the cold. We compete in world championships in Europe, and the most long distance swim in the competition is 1 mile. But also we have a short distance, like the 50s is similar, like our regular master swim series in the warm swimming pool.
So the ice mile, what does the temperature have to be when you compete in that? Is it something like 5 degrees Celsius and less?
Yes, under the 5 Celsius degrees. That is the for the organization, that is so important. And we, for example, in Antarctica, or Guinness World Record was the temperature of the sea was 2 Celsius degrees. It's very cold and extreme, and I swam there 2.5 kilometers and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
45 minutes.
Just on that swim. So if for people that have seen my Instagram, I love cold water swimming, but cold water swimming for me is sort of anywhere between 9 and 14 degrees. And then and taking the ice baths is fantastic, but you're getting in 2 degrees with just a swimming cap on and swimming for 45 minutes, 2.5 kilometers. How long did that take you to prepare for that? Because as much as people love cold, that is extremely cold.
Yeah, it was. We worked with my team for the last 3 years, but I dreamed of Antarctica almost 10 years, I think, because Chile is the most close country to Antarctica, and we in our country we talk about Antarctica all the time, and for me it was a dream, really. And we training, of course, in the normal swimming pool because I need to be prepared for that temperature, but also my body for be fast and my mind for being clear and focused all the time in that waters. Yeah, that was so hard, and the hypothermia was really, I don't know, painful, because after my swim I get 27 Celsius degrees in my body inside.
Do you know, a lot of people that have a core temperature of 27 degrees go into cardiac arrest. Like, that's amazing. Like, you know, heart arrhythmias. When you dived in and when you were doing the swim, were there any moments of enjoyment, or was it really, really tough?
It was tough, but we worked for Antarctica, not just for the Guinness World Record. The Guinness World Record was our opportunity for talk about Antarctica and protect the maritime area in the ocean. That was the purpose. The real purpose was talk about Antarctica and the ocean and the wildlife in that place. And for me, it was just an amazing place. We swam in the Chile Bay, and Antarctica gave me one opportunity, only one opportunity, with the one sea totally calm, without wind, without waves, and even without animals. I swam just with one penguin there, without sea leopard with me, and of course with the support of the Chilean Navy. They are really amazing. And my team, I was there with 2 Zodiac close to me, looking me all the time for the 45 minutes. And was so hard, but also beautiful, because I saw the water so clear and blue, and the glacier at my right side, a huge glacier, and it was so cold, of course.
But this is not the only one that you've done. You swam a nautical mile in 15 minutes and 3 seconds between the Pacific and the Atlantic, and no one else has ever done that before. What was that swim like, and why has no one else ever done it before? What are the dangers involved?
I think Cape Horn is one of the most dangerous places in the world, even for the expert sailors. For the Drake Passage is very tough because the waves and the wind. But we had lucky that in that year, and the sea was perfect, with, of course, with huge waves, but almost calm waters. And it was cold at maybe 8 Celsius degrees. 8, I think. Yeah.
So,
and I swam the most fastest mile, but also the most long distance, 5.5 kilometers there, and in very dark waters, because it's very rare, the place. It's almost Jurassic Park. And you see one island there, and so green, and also the sky is dark, and the water is black, really black. It's crazy, I know, but it's beautiful place.
Are there creatures in that water that are you concerned about?
No, the waters, I think no, because for the cold, in Antarctica, just penguin, and in the Drake Passage, just some birds like albatros. It's a huge bird.
Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Was that a pretty emotional swim for you as well? Because I read that your very beloved grandfather passed not long after that swim.
Yeah, and it was so hard and sad because I love my family. I'm the only child, and I'm very close to my grandfather and my grandmother, of course. My grandfather loves the ocean, and I share with him all my swims. Even and I work with him for Antarctica. I show him the distance, the place, and that part was so hard for me because in my family we have a special code. We don't talk about the family or the problems when I was compete for Chile or when I was swimming in the other part of the world. And after my swim, my mother told me about my grandfather, and was so hard and very sad. But my grandfather was so happy because before he passed away, of course, because I told him about the Guinness World Record, and for he and in Chile for us means a lot because we saw only the Guinness World Record for TV or special books, never for somebody close to us.
That's amazing. So we don't stop there either, because I believe you also swam from Northern Ireland to Scotland.
Yes, because I for the last 8 years, maybe I with my team, we are working in the Seven Ocean, in the 7 extreme marathon swims, even for example, Gibraltar, Cook Strait in New Zealand, Molokai in Hawaii, and the North Channel was the most difficult swim because it was so cold. Because I swam 12 hours at 12 Celsius degrees, and I was blue, literal blue. My feet, my hands, and for my mind was a huge challenge. Stay focused, and I don't know if it's enjoy the world. I think no, but I was happy because that was my dream. And of course, I touched the jellyfish, the most painful jellyfish. After the
lion's snake, is that right?
The lion's.
And did you?
Yeah.
I read that it burned for days, like it was like a.
Yeah, it's so painful. And in the last part, the almost 200 meters, maybe 300 meters to the finish, I touched a lot of that jellyfish. And for the last, and after that 2 days, with nights, I cannot sleep for the pain. Yeah.
What was the distance that you swam in that
the
12
hours? 34 kilometers. Yeah.
Do you know there's a swim here in Australia, in the southern part of Australia. It's called the Rip Swim. It's between two heads.
Wow.
I think you could do it with your eyes closed. It's 3.2 kilometers. It's one of the most dangerous swimming channels in the world, but because there's ships going through.
For the wildlife?
Yeah, but it's 3 point.
Because you have a lot of sharks and
we
the
do,
animals.
But it's 3.2 kilometers, and when you do the winter rip, it's 12 degrees. And I did that one year, but I cannot believe that you have done 12 hours at 12 degrees. That is just
no, and it's painful. Yeah.
And
it was blue with a lot of that was so hard and a difficult swim. Yeah, but
how sorry to interrupt. How much awareness have you been able to raise about the environment in Antarctica in particular with your swims?
Yeah, I'm working with my team with ASOC. ASOC is the Antarctic and Southern Ocean Coalition, and we made a documentary talking about the Antarctica and also the swim, of course. But for us, it's very important to talk, especially because in Antarctica, there is just 2 protection areas, maritime areas there. They came a lot of ships, especially from Russia and China, and they took the krill. But it's a huge amount of krill. I know it's very sad, and also for the climate change, because in Antarctica, in the peninsula, in the beginning of Antarctica, in summer there is no snow. It's just it's so sad for the penguins and every animals. They live there and they didn't have any food there now. Yeah, it's very hard.
So what do they do now with the reduced snow and stuff? Do you just lose more and more wildlife every year?
Yeah, and they die. Yeah, the penguins, and also because it's rainy in Antarctica from maybe December until March. It's raining. There is no snow, a little bit of snow, and there is just raining. And the animals, especially the penguins and the birds, their skin, are not prepared for the rain, just for the snow.
So what can people do? What can we do?
We can work with these organizations, of course, and we can ask and command maybe for our governments. Our governments sign one petition about the protected maritime areas, and that is very important.
What I will do is I'll put up on Instagram your Instagram site, but also the organizations as well, so we can.
Yes, it's ASOC. It's Antarctic and Southern Ocean Coalition.
Okay. Tell me about the Drake Passage. You're not only dealing with cold, but altitude as well. Is that right?
It's not. No, I think the altitude, because I swam in the north of Chile, and we have the in the most no in one special place. The lake is Chungara. That place has a huge altitude, maybe 4,000 meters and 600, something like that. It's very high. But in the Drake Passage was perfect. Yeah.
Okay. So what do you personally get out of cold water swimming? What does it do for your mind and for your body?
I know for some people it's very painful, the cold, because we need to train our body for that temperature, especially for the time we want to stay in that place. If just 30 seconds, we want a Guinness World Record for 45 minutes. And we need to train and be prepared for the temperature, but also the mental training. I think that part is important. The purpose, your heart, your thoughts. For me, I keep in my heart warm thoughts. I think in my family, in my boyfriend, in my grandfather, I think in the ocean, in the wildlife, and stay there. And I very enjoyed that place because it's a unique place with the nature. We love the nature, and the cold, of course, because it's just stay there and just breathe. And I love that part. And I know, of course, we work for the hypothermia when you stay in that condition for so much time. But if you want to try just a few minutes, it's perfect for the body, for the mind.
You're also a trained psychologist.
Yes.
What area of psychology do you practice? Is there a particular type?
I work with child. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I would imagine at times that could be quite tiring and traumatic for you. Do you use the cold water to sometimes clear your head when work is?
Yeah, because you say the perfect word is clear your head. It's just being there in that place, and all your problems. Of course, there is important to talk about the problems and about your feelings and the emotions, but also give every emotion one place on you, in your body, but also in your life. And which part is from every emotion, the pain, the happiness, the love. And for me, the waters is my home. I belong from the ocean. I felt that all the time.
How so if you're in Santiago, how long does it take you to get to your home, your ocean?
Oh, almost 1 hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. And I train all from Monday until Saturday in the normal swimming pool, in the warm place, and I love that. Because for me, I love the cold, of course, but for me, every day in the shower, maybe 1 minute, maybe 30 seconds is enough for me, because I need to be prepared and warm before my challenge, because every swim is very extreme for me. Yeah, I go to the limit.
Do you ever take ice baths to prepare yourself?
Yeah, but I prefer the open waters. They are the coldest, with the glaciers, with the wildlife. Yeah, I think I'm more than that kind of person.
What's the next challenge for you? What's the next big swim?
My next challenge will be in July, my last ocean in Japan.
Right.
And hopefully I will be the first South American person in finish the 7 ocean. That means a lot for me, for my family, and also for my country, because being the first is a huge responsibility for us in Latin America. Is very expensive every swim, especially the ticket, the organization is very hard, and also the training for that.
What is the swim in Japan that you're doing? Can you tell us what the temperature will be?
Yeah, in Japan I will swim between the island, the north and in the south is the Cook Strait, 27 kilometers in the night, with sharks. I hope.
What are you?
I don't want to see any sharks. Yeah, but they live there, and you swim with a special kind of I'm not sure what is the name of the special things for the sharks. But I want to do this, yes. And I love swimming in the night, because I can see any shark and I can just feel the fish and see my team.
Temperature, what will the temperature be when you're swimming?
The temperature, I think, will be warm. Maybe 20 Celsius there is, maybe 18.
Wow.
Yeah, warm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's different for me, but it's perfect for 27 kilometers in the night, yeah.
And why at night?
For the weather and the wind, because at the morning the wind is awful for the swim, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know it's crazy, I know, but it's very beautiful, and you live in a beautiful place with a lot of waves and with a very tough sea, I think. No,
It's not crazy. It's extraordinary. It really, really is. It is. Barbara, thank you so much for joining us today. As I said, what I'll do on the Barefax Instagram, I'll put up obviously your Instagram site, but also the wilderness organisation that you're representing. Thanks for joining us. You are an extraordinary person, and to achieve what you've achieved it's mind-boggling. It's amazing, and I really think it should inspire more people to do stuff like this and to challenge themselves.
Thank you so much. You say the perfect word, because for me it's not just the talent of it's not for the medals. I really love the opportunity to talk with the people, because everyone has his own Antarctica for swim, his own dream or talent, and everyone has one passion, and live for that passion and work for that and share with others. For me, that is the key. Yeah. And thank you so much for the opportunity, for being with me. this time. Thank you so much. I need
The
to go to Australia for one swim, I think, because
You do. There's
yeah.
good swims here. There's I
I
don't know
will
if
write to you, really,
I
because I
don't
was
know whether
in
they'd be
New
I don't know
Zealand.
whether they'd be
Yes,
challenging enough for you, but no, we would. There are many swims here that would benefit from you being
yes,
here.
yes, of course.
So we'll have to talk further about that. Barbara, I'm just going to stop the recording.
Super.
Thank you so much for joining the
No,
Bear.
thank you so much. You are amazing. Thank you for the opportunity, really. All the best.